And Shohei Ohtani is also a unanimous winner. In fact, he's a two-time MVP now. In fact, he's the first player to win the MVP award in multiple unanimous votes. He is your 2023 American League MVP. Let's take a look to see how the voting broke down here. Once again, a pair of teammates behind the eventual winner. Corey Seager and Marcus Semien had fantastic seasons. Julio Rodriguez and Kyle Tucker rounding out the top five. But the award, again, belongs to Shohei Ohtani.
そうですね、去年、もちろん取りたかったですけど。
Obviously, I wanted to win it last year, but I mean, Judge had a spectacular season, and he deservedly so he won it. So I wanted to come back and stronger and try to win it this year. And I know my rivals, Semien, Seager, he had great seasons, and congrats to them for winning the World Series. I think it was awesome. My goal was to try to come out on top, and I guess this kind of pays off all my hard work.
And Major League Baseball sending out this tweet for the second time in 3 years. Shohei Ohtani is the American League's most valuable player. And this tweet here from a fan. Yeah, what's amazing about Shohei Ohtani's dog is that he throws and fetches. I see what you did there, Sid, because he's a dual threat. You see, Shohei, all right, it kind of landed flat in the studio.
I got to train my dog to do that. Just a little high five. My dog can do a high five, but with the pressure on, the cameras on.
I know, that's
spot.
Hey, like the owner, the dog rose to the occasion. And you know what? Look, next season, Shohei Ohtani will not be pitching. So maybe everyone else will have a chance legitimately to win the MVP.
Yeah, I think next year is everybody else's year in the league, whether it be the National League, American League, depending on what team he goes to. If they're going to win the MVP, next year is the year to do it.
Right.
Because Shohei is going to be in the DH spot. But what really stood out to me from his interview right there, a lot of guys always stay extremely humble. And he's a humble guy. I'm not trying to say he's not. But he said this was a goal of his to come out on top. He understands last year he didn't win it. And he came into this season on a mission saying, I want to win the MVP. And I can praise him for that, because a lot of people won't say that out loud, because you understand as a player, if you do your part, you put your team in the best position to win.
You've been around him. What is he like on the field as a teammate?
He's one of the most humble guys you're going to be around, but he's a freakish athlete. A lot of people don't understand how big he is. You know, he's 6'3", 225, all muscle. He rates off the charts in every single strength test, mobility test. If there's anybody who can come back from 2 UCLs and be able to bounce back better than anybody, it's Ohtani. I don't question if he's going to be able to come back and be dominant the next time he's on the mound.
Yeah, there's 2 guys since I've been in MLB Network 2009 that would do the 30 teams in 30 days. There's been 2 guys that have walked out of a dugout onto the field, and being 6'5", that I look at a guy and I'm like, wow. Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. Greg Amsinger and I, we were at the A's facility, and Shohei was pitching on the road. And he came in from the parking lot because he was pitching that day. It was almost like the entire field, which the A's were going through PFP, came to a halt watching this guy walk. And there are just guys, Robert, that are a presence, and he is a presence. He's along with Aaron Judge when they walk into a room. If you were the most casual of casual baseball fans and somebody had a guy walk across and say, hey, which one of those guys is Shohei Ohtani? You'd go, that guy. Which one of those guys is Aaron Judge? That guy. You see Tiger Woods walking down a ferry. Which one's Tiger? That guy. Yeah. He's just one of those guys.
I always say that I think maybe his most impressive feat, that in an era and age where we know everything about everyone, I feel like we know hardly anything off the field about Shohei Ohtani. There seems to be an air of mystery about him that I think he enjoys and is part of his MO, his aura, if you will.
It is. One thing I noticed is that the players recognize his greatness as well. When you go to we were at the All-Star game this year, and every player you think, oh, I'm excited to see this player, this player. Every single player there was going out of their way to try to talk to Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
And I can't put anything past him. We had the MVP conversation about Ohtani for next year because he's DHing. But you better believe he's going to find some way to separate himself next year, whether that's 60 home runs and 30 and 40 stolen bases. I mean, he had 40 stolen bases last year when he had to pitch. So imagine he's coming in, not having to pitch this year. He says, okay, if I'm not pitching, I'm going to use my legs a little more this season. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to steal 40 bags and I'm going to still hit 60 home runs. This should show you that I can bring that much to the table.
Can you imagine he goes out and hits 60? He doesn't pitch, but he just hits 60.
Yeah, and to your point, I'm watching the ceremony today in my office. I'm like, wow, he likes dogs.
Yes.
Like, you see his dog there, and I'm like, all right, man, he likes dogs. That's my kind of guy, right?
And when he was eating the Ruffled chips on the team bus, I thought that was like
Funyuns.
Right.
The Funyuns, excuse me. Good call, Chris.
Yeah.
I mean,
Your
again,
Funyuns are
he's one of the most magnetic athletes that we have in this country.
We've got to find out the
world,
name of his dog, too, don't we?
I think
somebody.
We do.
Can we get that info?
Adam, in research, that's your job.
Adam, we need you.
There we go. Once again, Shohei Ohtani is your unanimous 2023 American League MVP.